Then you have the main course. It's called beautiful psychedelic veal, not flame grill into pasta sauces sauce.
Yeah, it's
simple. It's a simple dish. You have the classic sauce is a Genovese. We have a lot of friends from Naples here, Napolitans
That's not
here.
With basil.
But everything is filtered, so it's pure Genovese sauce that we splash with the puttanesca, then with the tomato and olives, with scarpariello, with the yellow tomato and parmigiano, with a sauce of potato and provola lightly smoked. So we put everything together, we splash at the bottom. They're gonna become the sauces for the veal. That is not veal, is beef, and you treat as a
pasta. That's the sauces of the pasta.
And the sauces of the pasta is the idea of the pasta. We have to play like this, And the dessert course is the funniest. Is when the camouflage of whirl meets pulcinella. So pulcinella is the classic carving from Naples that every carnival and we celebrate, and it's a yellow camouflage with all this citrus. We get ricotta in a siphon, so extremely light. The whole dessert is extremely light. Then we finish with confit bergamots, lemon and orange. Focus on the orange. Then we boil the wheat into orange water, and it's gonna stay up there. Then we create an ice cream of fresh almond, lightly toasted, and we finish everything with dehydration of the fruit on the top as a yellow camouflage. As a pastiera. Sorry.
Good.
No pastiera, right? No pastiera. Just what I remember from a pastiera.
So clearly, the story is as important as the technique here.
Of course.
There's a connection.
It's about creativity,
Right.
It's like people don't travel 20 hours to come and eat in Modena just to eat good food. They can go in the trattoria on the other side of the street. But you come to understand the mind of the chef and how he works. And of course, it has to be good food. It's a three-Michelin-starred.
Of course.
But the point is it's much more.
It's a prerequisite.
Of course.
But you've changed. But you and also at Di Martino and also at the Beard Foundation, we've added to that story of food a little bit by adding this notion of sustainability, of the importance of a chef having a vision, of your vision of bringing values not just to the food on the plate, but to how it got there and what it represents. So what if you could talk a little bit about this expanded story of food today at the highest levels and all the way down, and why that's important to Di Martino as a company with a 100-year history, and then a little bit, if you will, about the project and why that story is also informing the way we cook today.
Yeah, something that puts us together is a vision that is sustainability, ethical. Today we need to eat in a way that makes us feel well, not only with the body but also with the brain and with the heart. Pasta, running a company that's got over 105 years, means something that you never own. You look after for the next generation. Your target is never 3 months profit. Your target is to make something that your son will look back and will be proud of the job you've done. And so that's something that links a way of making enterprise in Italy, a way of making a business in Italy. It's never short term. This is probably why every Italian business has got a name and surname of the owner, because you feel proud and you want to be yourself in that kind of product. Pasta Di Martino is made of 100% Italian durum wheat, because in Italy the durum wheat is historical, is traditional, and is the best durum wheat you can grow. And the research of that perfect wheat made 105 years of life for my family a mission, and that's what we've been doing, and we want to bring it over in the USA as we've always done, through an organization like yours, but through the brain, through the hands of somebody that looks at things from a different perspective and can make things like we're doing tonight.
And for you,
yeah, for me it's like the story is it's amazing. Our story is amazing. He support my project in Milan. you know, during the Universal Exposition, the theme was Feed the Planet. So I put together all the best chefs in the world, and I brought them in Milan to use to feed the planet our own way. The numbers are, you know, everybody knows the numbers, like 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted every year, 33% of the production. So I think we produce food for 12 billion people. We are 7, but 860 million people, they don't have anything to eat. So Feed the Planet, first of all, is fight waste. Fight waste how? Through creativity of the chef, to the knowledge, and the people, they really support us. So we did this, we created this soup kitchen. It's amazing soup kitchen, full of art, of design, you know, and we opened the door and of the hospitality for the refugees, for the migrants, for the people, the homeless, they live on the other side of the street. And so he was one of the first, you know, supporter of since the first day one. And but the things that really changed my perception of who he is, this guy, is it was like in Brazil. You know, we were in Brazil. And you know, we were really in bad shape because there was no one Brazilian company who helped us to build this soup kitchen, this refectorio during the Olympics, in a very neglected neighborhood of Lapa. And you know, we had to pay, you know, the bills, and the guys, they worked, you know. And so I called him. He was in Capri or somewhere in Costiera in vacation. It was the 13th of August, and I said I need 100,000 now. And you know, in 3-4 days, you know, we had the money to pay everything. So this is the answer. He didn't ask me anything, you know. He just said, I want to support you, and I believe in this project. So that's the point, you know. He believes that credibility, the credibility that I have, because I always said something and I've always done it. You know, it's very important. And you know, he trusts me, and we did it. Yeah.
Well, so we are here about to enjoy this amazing meal at the James Beard Foundation. And if I may, one last question. This is a place where for more than 30 years, great chefs have come and aspiring young chefs have come, and cooking here has meant something very important to them and also inspired them to do great things in the world. I wonder what you might tell the next generation of people who will come through here now that the number one chef in the world has cooked here, and where one of our house purveyors is this great 100-year-old company. What should they know about the future of food, about how to find inspiration and put the heart in the cuisine in the way that you both talked about for generations to come?
Massimo always says, look tradition from far away. That means look the tradition, don't forget it. But you know, take the distance from that and, you know, see the tradition as something to do better things. Another great chef called Alfonso Iaccarino puts on the back of his menu something that Eduardo De Filippo said. Use tradition as a jumping pool or a swimming pool. The more you push the tradition, the higher you're going to go. This is a way of thinking, and that's why we get very close. I run a very old business, but I want to run it with modern ideas, with new way of doing things, and reach people, adding immaterial values. The great pasta is a prerequisite. The great food, the great technique is a prerequisite. If we're here, we hope we can do our job. What is the base? This is the base. We need to build on top of that. The inspiration is don't stop. Keep on striving for excellence. Keep on adding things to what you do and never stop.
I think we are answering with our example. I think because in this project everyone is involved. It's not my project; it's our project, and we are setting a very important example for the next generation. And you know, now after 3 years, it's a global movement, and I'm very proud of it.
Food for soul.
Food for soul.
Food for soul.
At the James Beard Foundation, Pastificio di Martino, we are so excited. I think you might have to get back in the kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thanks.
Buon appetito.
So here at the James Beard Foundation. A very warm welcome to you all. I think warm being the operative. It's very nice to be in the cool now this evening. The essence of the James Beard Foundation is about good food for good. It's about marrying great pleasure but with real purpose. This evening we are going to have indisputably good food, world-leadingly good food, but all in pursuit of what the Foundation does for a better food world. So your support this evening is going to some of our initiatives, like our initiatives around the reduction of food waste, sustainable proteins, all the work we do in terms of mentorships and scholarships and support of women in the culinary industry. So as you are delighting in this wonderful repast that we're about to embark upon, rest assured that your support is all going to a very good cause. So thank you so much for your support of the Foundation, and have a wonderful evening. Mitchell.
Go to Osteria Francesca because he doesn't cook this food there. Right? Exactly. This is a very special dinner in support of our pasta culture emissaries, Di Martino, and unique for tonight, for you, for us, for the Beard Foundation. So it's a great, great pleasure to introduce Massimo Bottura.
Now I have butterflies in my stomach. It's such an introduction, you know. Wow. So yeah, I'm here because Giuseppe asked me to be here, and if it's, you know, if a friend, you know, asks me, a friend that I respect for so many reasons, asks me to do this, yes, I'll do it. And I decided to create this menu very special tonight, to see pasta from 10 kilometers away. And every single dish has its own meaning. You know, one is like we're gonna start with a cold spaghetti, but really southern style, thinking about you know, Puglia and the sea urchin and the rocky coast and the langoustine, Sicily and the red shrimp, but served cold with a gazpacho style, like very fresh, very perfect as an oven, you know. The second course is going to be very abstract. It's autumn in New York, summer in New York. Actually, we fermented the pasta, and we created dashi with the fermented pasta. And is a dish that is an evolution of a dish that I did here in New York in autumn for a dinner that I did with Dave Chang at Co. And I didn't know what to do, and I was listening to Billie Holiday walking in New York from Madison Park to Union Square. I just ran into this amazing market and said, oh my God, this is amazing. I know what is going to be the dish. Is the expression of the market in this moment. And this dish evolves, is in the menu in Osteria, it evolves every place we travel and every season, in time and space. And tonight is going to be all about green vegetables and fermented pasta. So, very interesting. Next, you know, we have the attic part. So this is art. The first one is doubt, how to eat pasta, you know, spaghetti freddo. For Davide, as I was saying before, the spaghetti, they have to be almost raw. It's from Abruzzo, and but you know, as I like it, you know, I want the spaghetti al dente, but not too raw. Or as you like it a little bit overcooked, as the Chinese. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you taste it different. So the point is, are we right, or are you right? Or Davide is right. You know, no one knows. Each one has his own taste. And this is the way to approach to things, I think, with doubt. You know, and then you give answer to this doubt. This is the moment in which you evolve things, you know. And after so the attic dish tonight is the one that is a recipe, is an evolution of a classic Italian recipe. We look always at the tradition in a very critic way and not nostalgic one, to get the best from the past into the future. So we were in the Universal Exposition, and all these people, migrant refugees, they were asking for pasta. Stop serving soup. We want pasta. We are in Italy. So the day after we create pasta, but I realized that we didn't have enough basil. And at the basil, to make a pesto sauce, we had mint and we had thyme. We didn't add, you know, rosemary or sage. Rosemary, you get bitterness. Sage, you get too invasive. And at that point, at the point you have to put some pine nuts inside, we realized we didn't have any pine nuts. But the point was we couldn't go and buy because it didn't mean anything for us, you know, to go and buy, and because our focus was finding ways. So what is like, that's the intuition. We got the breadcrumbs and we put breadcrumbs into pesto. The pesto became so light and perfect, you know, and you know, we add some water inside, some ice inside, and we create this creamy pesto that with the dry pasta matched perfectly with the crunchiness of the bread that we toast and we serve at the end. The next course would be, it's very emotional, the emotion, the crunchy part of the lasagna. It's me to share with you and to the world the experience of a kid from Emilia-Romagna, that when the grandmother brings the big pan of the lasagna in the plate and in the table, at the table, steals the crunchy part of the lasagna. So the rest is for the adults, but the crunchy part is for the kids. So I want you to be a kid for one night and steal the crunchy part from me. So that's the part. And you say, where's the pasta in this plate? The point was that, you know, traveling all over the world, I see in every single menu, especially in this mega hotel, spaghetti alla bolognese. For us, spaghetti alla bolognese, they don't exist. You know, in Italy, you can't serve spaghetti alla bolognese because they don't exist. Spaghetti are from south of Italy, and they need a velvety sauce. Bolognese sauce is from north of Italy, and the bolognese sauce is matched with handmade pasta or lasagna. So, to rejoin spaghetti with bolognese sauce, I transform spaghetti into a lasagna. So that's the point. Okay. The main
Are you with him?
Are you following?
Oh, yeah.
Good, very good. So the main course is has a strange name, but it's my relation with art and one of my favorite artists, that is Damien Hirst. So the dish is called Beautiful Psychedelic Veal, Not Flame Grill, served with pasta sauces. So we use the pasta sauces as a side dishes, and we splash them into the dish as it was a Damien Hirst screen painting. And we serve the meat. The meat is just there, just like that. You know, it's not veal. Actually, it's beef compressed into milk and then cooked vacuum packed and touched with lightly smoked extra virgin olive oil, just to give the perception of the grill, and served in the middle of all these sauces. They're like, one is a scappariello with yellow tomato and a little bit of parmigiano. Another one is puttanesca with red tomato and olives, blah blah blah. Another one is potato and provola, lightly smoked provola. Another one is la genovese. That we filter that and we serve at the end as a meat sauce, you know. And then we're gonna close everything with a very nice dish. It's called camouflage when Andy Warhol meets pulcinella. So pulcinella is classic from Naples and as the pastiera. But I didn't want to call pastiera because these guys from Naples, so, you know, I don't want to give them the opportunity to say, oh, but my grandmother makes a pastiera because much better. So I'm not calling pastiera, but at the end, in the spoon, you're gonna see the plate that is all this shade of yellows and all this orange and a little bit of lemon and wheat cooked into orange water and you know, crunchy bread that reminds you of the pastiera. but actually is also a camouflage that is hiding under there the pastiera taste. So that's the point. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going down in the kitchen with my chef. With me, and you know, they prepare, you know, this amazing meal and all the preparation. Thank you guys. And we totally felt, you know, happy and home, you know, with all the other guys. They also took care of of my team, shopping around for records and T-shirts. You know, they were hosting that. And we have also a special guest from Cetara, Mr. Pasquale Torrente. I want to say thank you also for to the service, because you know the experience, as I said to them in the beginning, you know, they all talk about the chef, but you know, the point is that the service is 50% of the result of the evening. Thinking about you know, how fast and you know, has been the whole service, and was an extremely difficult service. So I want to say thank you to them too. Thank you.